technically yesterday.
It is. In this
February 10th, 2019. This will be the Wolves of Wheeling. Alright, so, quick recap. About a week before Christmas, you met in Denver. You ran into Jack West. He had 2 bundles of papers that he said, I found these somewhere, and was very vague about it. And then he handed to Professor Stalloid. He put them in a satchel and then forgot completely about them.
No, I haven't forgotten about them. I just don't think they're trash.
Didn't look at them, didn't bother with them. You guys headed for Wheeling. You were followed by this woman. You didn't see her following you. You got to Wheeling, and you... Uh-oh. Shoot.
Hey, Ben, I'm following the same.
That's not food, little dog.
We rolled just that one.
You got... yeah, you can just re-roll the one that fell, but you do have to re-roll the one that fell.
Good, because
you don't have to re-roll. If it falls on the floor, just that die has to be re-rolled. Anyway, you got to Wheeling. Jane eventually talked to you about her son Albert, who has fallen in with Bucky Elger, who's a troublemaker and is getting in trouble. You went and talked to Tucker because there was some kind of rumors about a dentist being in the area. He sent you to Mangum, who made you pay a bribe in order to get information that there's a guy in Baltimore who was up there with the Elgers for several days before he fled quickly. So you booked a train to Baltimore. You actually met Miss Bloomberg. Okay, guys, come on. It's getting ridiculous with dice on the floor. Dice control. You finally talked to Miss Bloomberg, who was following Jack West for some reason, and all she said was to get information. It's underneath Sam. It's directly under your chair. I think that's it.
Yeah.
So anyway, you all went to Baltimore. You talked to Dr. Endicott, who was freaked out and told you that the Elgers, there's werewolves apparently. They turn into wolves. They talk to some woman with light-colored hair and a streak of brown in it at night, and he gave you the Book of Werewolves to here, take it. Don't mention my name. And you also found out that Mangum is actually named. Oh crap! What is his real name? I don't remember, but I'll look it up sometime when you guys are rolling. It's a terrible name. Anyway, you found that Mangum's real name is not Jefferson Mangum. It is something else. Clyde Skaggs. There it is.
I remember the C name.
Skaggs.
Clyde Skaggs, who did not graduate from the University of Maryland at Baltimore, but left after his freshman year to make his way in the world. You got on a train heading back. It crashed near Falls Run. There was because of a ghost, and the ghost then gave you a few clues to try to put his spirit to rest with the help of Professor Stalloid and his magical spells. You were able to learn the names of all the people in the cabal of sorcerers there, and take care of them all on Christmas Eve / Christmas morning, killing 3 and capturing 4. 3 of them had been knocked out. 2 by Dr. Weisswald and her knife, actually, straight up. Another, Jenny Cutler was knocked unconscious when I believe you shot her the second time. I think that was you with an arrow. And Sue Miller was snatched as she was apparently going to flee because she had heard all the gunfire and figured out something was wrong and was just going to get out. That was early Christmas morning. So, any questions on that? Oh, at the top of your head.
Side question real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Ben, did you bring those Thin Mints today?
He did.
Oh, nice.
They're in there. They're chillifying.
Did he get coins?
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay. I just didn't see him on his...
Yep. Okay, so
wait,
I got a few coins out.
Oh, okay. Did you do the spoon for that process?
Too late, but I'll take the spoon and throw it in that drawer. No, I already had a spoon here, so I have a couple plastic spoons here. So Christmas Day, very briefly, you got 3 feet of snow. It has finally stopped. No, it's still snowing, but it's not coming down as hard. The church women of the same group who made it the soup the first night for a massive egg breakfast. For the train passengers, you watch as the lady who had the kids gives them their little presents. They're all happy.
Those chickens must be busy.
Do what?
I said those chickens must be busy. There's like 50 people or something.
They have a lot of eggs. Apparently, they're easy to come by. I can skip all the rest of the events of the day since they're all about the Cabal trying to kill you guys if possible.
Nice.
Because you're too nosy. So what happened was they ended up sending they went to the telegraph office right after everything happened. They were going to send a telegraph to Graft and they found it smashed. No one had been in there. It was all locked up. Nobody knows who smashed it. You guys probably have an indication that it might be the same one who smashed the original telegraph equipment. So they end up waking up poor old what's his name?
I know him.
Reuben Turner, because he has a horse. He's hung over as hell, and they send him like, take your horse, go to Grafton, bring back the sheriff. Early morning hours of Christmas, several sheriff deputies show up. They take away the prisoners. They're going to leave the stuffed guy for now. They're putting it in the constable's house. It's
sure
evidence.
He loves that.
Huh?
I'm sure he loves that.
Yeah. They're going to leave that as evidence, and then they're heading back with the prisoners. They're going to send a wagon once. They're going to send a wagon to get the evidence once the snow has been cleared from the roads. Y'all are asked to write depositions. What happened? You can decide. What you can decide over the next amount of time what your character said. How did you come to the conclusion these people? What happened? You might want to kind of fib a little bit because saying Professor Stalloid cast a spell that told you who the people were is probably not a great idea.
We found a club membership ledger.
It was unfortunately burned. You can make up something like that, and you guys can talk together about that.
Well, we left it in there, and they probably burned it whenever they got back.
That's a good idea. You found it and it was gone. That's fine. If you guys want to agree on that, that's actually a good thing to do. Yeah. Sam, Miss Bloomberg has the cards. They look like some kind of a deck of cards. They're kind of grotesque. Who's got all the books? There were three books.
He has them right now.
I'm right now.
Yeah. So Stalloid's got them right now. I just need to know that. So you've got those. Those are also, you didn't mention them to anybody, so you can just keep them. There's plenty of evidence probably against them. There's nothing you guys really want to do Christmas Day, is there?
I mean, there's something we did want to do.
Shut up.
Yeah.
All the presents are back.
We wanted to celebrate Christmas, Andy.
You're going to have to wait.
What do you think I kept asking everybody, what do you want for Christmas?
There is a bit of a celebration, but it's muted, and people are celebrating. Yeah, the whole town is it's kind of sad. The next day, on December 26th, the snow is finally stopped. A train does make it through that morning. It has got 5 passenger cars on it, box cars and everything. It arrives pretty early. It arrives around 7 or 8 a.m. and the passenger cars are filled with workers from the railroad. They unload tons of equipment from the box car in order to try to eventually get these cars that have fallen off the tracks back on. But in the meantime, they're going to refill the baggage car with your guys' stuff and all the passengers from the train. It takes till about noon to get everything organized. They are sending somebody to Grafton that morning as well to get the telegraph going, but it probably won't be ready until after y'all leave. They are essentially putting you guys on the passenger trains to take you on to your destinations. And you actually get back to Wheeling that night by around 6 p.m. So, December 26th, you're only a day, well, you're several days behind schedule, but you're only a day late for Christmas. You have several books in possession of the group and papers. I don't know if anybody wants to read some on the trip. It's 5 hours that you can knock off if something doesn't take very long to read. What do you guys want to do on that trip?
You were going to read that one Latin one. I think you were the only one.
Yeah, so I would divvy that out.
Okay, the Latin. This one will probably take... it's going to take a long time to read that one. You could try to skim it. That won't take nearly as long and get a gist. You don't get as much like Cthulhu Mythos and stuff like that, but if you want to skim it, it'll still take probably 2 or 3 days. 3 or 4 days, actually, of full skimming. So if you want to start skimming... Codex Romae, R-O-M-A-E, is scrawled across the first page in crayon.
Crayon?
Yeah, it's in crayon.
For a second I was like, I don't know why you need to spell Rome, but then I realized not everybody here took 2 years of Latin.
Exactly. Codex is pretty easy, but Rome, who knows? You've also got the one locked book. There's Clyde, whatever the hell you call him. That kid from the trains. Clovis, that was it. So you can get started on that, Ashton. It is 20 hours to skim. It is going to be 10 weeks. It's going to be 20 hours to skim, 10 weeks to read, very specifically. You got 2 more books and 2 packets of papers.
Still, I really don't care about those packets of papers.
Okay.
If anybody else wants to read them, I'm fine with that.
You've read them, haven't you? You've read the letters. Okay.
If they get left, I want to read them.
Okay. Let's see.
But the 2 books.
It'll probably take several hours to read them all specifically. There's 2 books. One's locked up. You guys haven't been able to open it or tried. And the other one is newer. It is a modern work, apparently, by somebody from Boston. There's no name, though. It says the Book of Lesser Summoning. Excuse me. And you're looking... Did you want to try to start reading that one?
I want to try opening the logbook with just, without damaging it, cutting the strap.
Do you want to cut the strap, or do you want to just try to jimmy it open?
We'll try to jimmy it open.
You need a dex check with a penalty die.
Okay.
He's using his knife to try to get this thing open.
Oh, Jesus.
You have to do the penalty die, though.
07, but give me a penalty die roll.
You still need
47? Okay. It does click open. Clink. And you manage to open it up. This is English. It appears pretty old, 200 or 300 years old. The first page says, On Things Unseen. From the way that it's written and that kind of thing, you guess that it's possibly 17th century, contemporary with Shakespeare, maybe, that era. And it looks to be theories about the behavior of light and magical emanations, is what you get the gist of, just kind of looking at the first page.
I do read that over some book about summoning.
Okay, well, there's one last book. There's this leather-bound contemporary book from somebody in Boston, apparently, but no name is written.
Oh, wait,
Jack West is reaching for it. There are 3. The one you just jimmied is the 17th century book.
Oh, 3 books and the Latin papers. Those aren't a book, right?
I'm considering those a book.
Oh, okay.
So 3 books includes the Latin papers, because they're bound, but they're not bound correctly.
The lock one.
The lock one, and then the summoning one from Boston.
Yeah, I'll read that.
Okay, so you're going to be working on Book of Lesser Summoning. That's in English. So 6 hours to skim. You can actually have on things. If you want to,
are you on the train with us?
Yorie, if you want to skim of Things Unseen to start with, you think you can get it done in 5 or 6 hours.
Oh yeah.
So if not on the train, then tonight.
Yeah. I'll skim it.
Book of Lesser Summoning is going to take about 12 hours, so a couple days. You got 20 hours, so that's probably 3 days to do the whole thing, unless you just totally just sequester yourself and read for 10 hours a day.
Okay.
Your letters, which one do you want to read first?
Which one looks most important from the science? I'll just read first.
Okay, so you're going to read, we're calling it the Youth Correspondence. At least that's what Jack West decided to call it. That's what, there's 25 1 to 3 page letters.
Yeah.
And so that's going to take about 12 hours, so 2 days, or unless you really do nothing else. Okay. But you can get your good start on the train.
I obviously need to.
So we'll keep those in mind for the letters things are straight up reading.
I feel like you're immersed.
You 3 are you 3 all skimming?
I'm
to start with?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is hours instead of weeks. And we'll come back to that because you should have time before you get very far. Boom. You're back in Wheeling around 6 o'clock that night. You can get a cab or a couple of cabs, or you can walk with your luggage back up to the Weisswald house if you want. Jane's not there because obviously they didn't get the telegraph going. So you get back. Jane is surprised to see you, very happy. Oh, we read about the paper. Oh, there's a terrible crash. Oh. She makes a huge fuss. You're there right at supper time, so she goes into the kitchen to get more food around. Because they had not expected you all home tonight. They're all very happy to see you. Jane's very happy to see you. Paul's very happy to see you. Her parents are not there tonight. But here we go. Here's all the real pictures. What did I do with all the pictures? Oh, are they out? Here they are. They're all here. There's all the people from Wheeling. So you have a nice dinner with them. Jane says Albert has waited on his Christmas presents as well for you, which was very polite. His father had to talk to him, but she doesn't know how that went. There wasn't any yelling. She's happy about that. So you guys are back by that evening. You have a good meal. Bloomberg, what's the plan for you? You've been following. Are you going to go to the Weisswald house with them, or do you kind of find your own way?
I'm going to go stay back in my hotel room.
Okay. So the 5 of you go to the Westfield house, and you're right, Ophelia. There she is. Oh yeah. Well, that's me.
That's.
So you guys have a nice meal. Anything? What do you want to do that night? You've got a few hours till bedtime if you want.
Well, guys, we missed it yesterday. You want to do Christmas?
Yeah.
Happy Boxing Day.
Jane was actually planning on doing it tomorrow morning, but if you guys want to do it tonight, that's fine too.
Yeah, wake Albert up.
I'd rather have my mother here for Christmas.
Okay.
Sure, I'll wait then.
I'll just sequester myself to read the letters and the rest of the night.
Okay, so that's pretty much the 26th. You guys can continue reading and stuff. You'll be finished with letters tomorrow. You already finished with of Things Unseen.
Mm-hmm.
What you got is, it's in good shape, quite sturdy. Early 17th century English tome, contemporary of Shakespeare, King James Bible. Contains a few spells, plus lengthy theories about the behavior of light and magical emanations, invisibility, and the detection of magic in general. You're getting some ideas on these spells. Apparently, you've got a gist of them, but you're going to want to read the book more carefully before you can start studying them. Become spectral, whatever that means. Consume likeness.
Become spectral.
Ooh.
Deflect harm. Detect enchantment. Seek the lost. And sense life. There's several spells in this book, apparently.
Sounds like some good ones.
Seek the law.
You've got a couple days, and you...
12 hours?
Detect magic stuff.
5 for the train?
So there was detect enchantment.
So that'll be tomorrow, too.
Yeah.
Detect enchantment's another one, yeah.
Detect enchantment.
And Paul is going to go ahead tonight and get the horse and ride up to your mother's to let her know about tomorrow and see if she wants to come back tonight and spend the night, or if she wants to wait till the morning. He's hoping he can get her out of there. He might need a crowbar. He jokes, and then he goes off to the barn, and they're gone. So, is there anything besides like reading books and that kind of stuff that you guys want to do that night of the 26th?
What's the 6th one on this?
Zoom likeness, seek the lost, deflect harm,
Spectral.
become spectral, detect enchantment, sense life.
Sounds like
Sense life. At least that's what they're called.
Yeah.
Yes, there seems to be a lot of spells in
Sense life.
You're running across a few spells. One of the ones that I will go ahead and say that you think you know is that it gives instructions on how to brew a love filter. A potion of love, apparently, to make you fall in love with. To make people fall in love with you. If they drink it, they'll fall in love with you. That's what you've learned so far with yours. Jack West, Lesser Summoning. The guy that wrote this was fucking crazy. Okay, it is really hard to follow. The spells are like mixed up in here. It says see page 40, but they're not. None of the pages are numbered. You know, that kind of thing. This person that wrote this is obviously, yes, quite mad. So there you go. So the night passed uneventfully. If nobody else had anything they wanted to do on the 26th. Okay. So the 27th. Yes, your mother came home last night too, by the way, on the 26th. She's glad to see us. She's going to go stay at the Weisswalds because, you know, all the extra rooms are here are pretty full, or at least Jane insists on it. Your mom was like, I can sleep in the basement. Just throw me a sleeping bag in the corner. And Jane's like, no, that's not going to happen. So eventually she goes next door. So on the 27th is when you guys have Christmas. Yay!
And I've read the letters by now, right?
No. No, that was 26th was the first day. Wait, let me double check. You got 12 hours on that first set of letters, so you could be mostly done. You'll be able to finish by noon today if Christmas doesn't take too long. You know what I mean? So, and this is just skimming. Yeah, anything that was 12 hours, you guys will be able to finish just the skim. And I need to look up those rules for sanity loss for a skim. I know it's less, and then when you read it in full, you lose more potentially.
But I'm reading the letters in full.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you're reading them in full. Right. So if there's a scene you lost, you get the whole thing. All right. So Christmas. Who wants to describe what happens?
I wake up late.
Jack West.
Of course.
Yeah.
feel
Jack West is the last one up. How does
one of the first people up.
Okay, because Otto still has that child
No, that
excitement about
military.
Okay.
Sort of habit.
So Otto's up and shaving and everything early in the morning. You guys probably hear him in the bathroom. There's a pump. It's very cold. It's cold shaves unless you want to go down to the kitchen and warm yourself up some water. And there's probably warm water down in the kitchen. They probably keep keep a kettle on all the time. Okay. So you hear Otto in the bathroom. That's what wakes you guys up. Is Stalloid, does he sleep in, or is he a light sleeper, or what?
I think lately he's been a light sleeper.
You're right.
He wakes up early and he goes get some alcohols for everybody.
So here's the bathroom. There's a pump in there and a tub. You're getting what for everybody?
Alcohols.
Okay, so you wake up early, get dressed, and just leave?
Yeah.
Okay. It is like the 27th, and it is a Monday. Sunday was the 26th. So
Nice.
you can go and buy some alcohol for Christmas. Some Christmas liqueurs. Jack West oversleeps. You guys heard Otto up, obviously putting around, water moving, that kind of stuff.
Cleaning and stuff.
Cleaning, just the
Clothing,
morning
fences.
toilet and all that kind of stuff.
Like always getting all our gifts ready and like packaged up
Okay.
neatly, and then just getting ready in the room and waiting for folks to.
You do hear the stirring next in the room over of Paul and Jane. Albert. Let's make it random. Albert's up pretty early. Once Otto's up, you hear Albert's door open too, and you hear him pop, down the stairs. He's obviously young enough that he still finds Christmas exciting. There are some presents under the tree from. Well, he's 13. He's a little old for Santa.
Well, there are 5 under the 4.
What do you mean, old for
Four
Santa?
under for Santa.
To believe in Santa.
Why do you not believe in Santa?
Shut up. Don't break my heart. But they do still put a couple presents under the tree. So let's see. Stalloid's gone. What do you two want to do? Jacali's getting gifts together. Ophelia dresses. I assume that she takes off like her outer clothes even when she sleeps, just like everybody. So other than that, she's just observant of what's going on. Yeah. Okay. Gone. Do you go downstairs then?
Yeah, once I'm...
Okay. You can start smelling food is starting to be prepared for breakfast. What is y'all's call on? Christmas first or breakfast first? I'm going to allow, as players, meta-wise. How do you want this to unfold?
Christmas first. I'll say.
Okay.
That's my vote.
Yeah, you wake up, you just gotta do quick.
Okay. Okay. So obviously, it's like you guys can smell bread. You can smell meat, like some sausage or something is getting prepared. Probably grits and that kind of stuff. But obviously, that's Tilly in the back. And you two come downstairs and you find, where's Otto?
He's next to the fireplace, like, getting it ready.
In the parlor?
Yeah.
I don't think there is a fireplace in the parlor. There's one in the living room.
Oh, the living room.
Okay, so Otto's over in the living room, stoking the fire. Albert's down there by the tree, kind of looking over the presents. Paul comes down, dressed. Well, he's got his pajamas on, still in a robe. And so does Jane. They just kind of got presentable. And they're talking quietly. Albert, Stalloid's nowhere to be seen. Jack West is nowhere to be seen. And you walked by, you could see Stalloid's bedroom door was open, but you couldn't see in unless you wanted to walk and specifically look the way that it's situated. You hit the stairs before you hit it. Okay, so that's who's downstairs. Obviously, Stalloid and Jack West are still sleeping. I don't know what y'all want to do about that, if anything. Jane's very excited. They've waited on all their presents for you. And very shortly after that, your parents and aunt and uncle show up for Christmas, for breakfast.
After a little bit, Jacali's gonna go up to Jack Western's door and just like bang on it and be like, Jack West, Christmas time! Be merry!
That wakes you up.
Express joy!
Did you close your door when you left and just leave the bedroom door
It
open?
probably would have been open.
Okay, Stalloid's not in his room. You don't know where he is.
I can go out into town to look for him.
I mean,
I assume Otto's already dressed in his usual garb. But he's
You're probably not wearing your guns and that
No.
kind of stuff.
We could just have breakfast
What do you do?
for him.
Bang at the door.
I'm getting ready.
You hear movement in the room. Apparently, he
And then
sounds
I'll
like he's
leave. I'll
getting
let him
out.
come down.
Okay.
I don't want to be around.
Okay. Are you bringing your guns downstairs?
I won't today.
Okay. Well, she told you no guns at
He
dinner.
put mistletoe on.
Okay, so
wearing the belt.
Jack West finally comes down after what feels like a long time. And there's also a rattle from the front door around that same time, and Professor Stalloid shows up, and he's got packages of
Just a random mixture, like stronger drinks, weaker drinks, maybe
Okay.
like
some liqueurs, some
champagne.
fruity kind of liqueurs and
I don't know if
stuff.
champagne's a thing yet.
And I'm sure it is.
Alright.
Champagne just means it's from the Champagne district of
Okay.
France, basically. It's
Champagne.
bubbly
Is
wine.
it bubbly?
I don't know. We could look up fizzy wine. I don't know. I'm pretty certain it is a thing. But yeah, because they're already like they've been using champagne to christen ships for hundreds of years.
yeah.
I'm pretty certain, even old sailing ships.
You're like, I don't want to drink this.
She have a mix of just good stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he's brought in liquor and he goes over to the liquor cabinet. I guess. What do you want to do with it? Are you going to set up like on top of the liquor cabinet for now, or?
Well, yeah, I don't know how they want it arranged. Maybe I'll
Okay.
bring it in the kitchen.
Put it under the tree.
There is like a liquor cabinet. There is a place where they keep like the brandy and the whiskey and stuff. You wanna?
Alright,
What do you want to do with it?
just put it there.
Okay, so it's on top of there.
1531 is the oldest one.
Champagne's been around for a long time.
Hey.
He's got champagne, which Tilly comes and takes away to the kitchen. You can guess she's either putting it in the icebox or maybe just going to shove it in the snow bank behind the house to
Yeah.
keep it nice and cold. And people start exchanging presents. So again, meta. How does this go? Is this a more of a everybody exchanges presents and opens at once? Is it a one at a time thing? I just want this for
How
like
would your
story.
mother do it?
How was my mother's name?
I feel like Jacali wants to do it one at a time, at least for her gifts.
Okay, so it's a drawn out
I wanna
process where
describe and
everybody
see
opens up their gifts and everybody can watch them open. Okay, yeah, okay. That's how your mother has always done it. That's how your family does it. And so first they hand out all the gifts, so everybody has their gifts, and then you start going around like in a big circle to open them up. That's how I like doing it that way. To be quite honest, I think it's nicer than okay, we all got our gifts. Go.
My mom
Miss
doesn't do
Bloomberg
that.
is all
She
alone,
sits at the tree
outside in the
and,
snow,
like,
watching the house,
open
watching the
hands out of
happy
Oh.
family inside through the windows.
That's too sad. No.
What is
Just a
this?
single tear.
What does Miss Bloomberg do? What is she doing?
Maybe just hang out in her hotel room in the afternoon.
Okay, so not gonna watch
Yeah.
them in the morning. Okay,
Taking a break from the West Watch.
sending your telegraphs or whatever you're supposed to send. Okay. All right. So
We sent you out east.
how does this unfold then?
Alright. Who wants to go first?
Here, hold on.
Because I